Leeds against Widnes this Friday evening in the Stones Bidder Championship. Leeds, a reminder, can go back to the top of the league table with a win. A seesaw battle, of course, between Leeds and Wigan, or it appears to be between the duo for this year's Stones Bidder Championship. A Leeds victory will put them a point clear of Wigan at the top, but the champions will still have 2 games in hand as Leeds are led out by captain Ellery Hanley onto the Headingley turf. Both of those teams, Leeds and Widnes, should be pretty fresh. Leeds' game at Salford was called off last Friday very late, and of course Widnes was scheduled to play Wigan, but that was off because of Wigan's involvement in the Regal Trophy final. Leeds then looking to complete a league double over the Chemics after a pretty impressive 48-10 win at Norton Park back in September, a 9-try romp which saw 2 touchdowns to former Widnes player Aseni Familo, and he of course and one of a number of ex-Widnes players in the Leeds lineup this evening. Well, Leeds have Ellery Hanley fit. He's recovered from a hamstring injury which he picked up against Warrington. Kevin Iro is also fit after a calf strain. Francis Cummins of course is in Australia with the Sevens, so Paul Cook, who had a very impressive game for the academy in midweek, he comes in on the wing, the Leeds Alliance captain. And for Widnes, Paul Hume, Imosi Kaloto and Steve McCurry, that trio of Widnes players, are fit after picking up injuries a couple of weeks or so ago. The referee for this one is John Holdsworth. Smith at 2, David Rowain, Darren Wright, Adrian Hadley. The halfbacks of Carl Hammond and David Hume. Forward line, Craig Makin, Steve McCurry, Lee Hanson wears 10, Andy Collier, Imosi Kaloto. Loose forward is Paul Hume, and the 2 Widnes substitutes are Anthony Sullivan and a former Leeds player, and that of course is Mike O'Neill. So Graham Holroyd is about to get proceedings underway. John Holdsworth just checking with his 2 touch judges, and it's Leeds that will kick off attacking the executive box end here at Headingley. Quite a large crowd for this Friday evening game. Widnes struggling. They're currently in a real relegation fight. They've just picked up only a few wins. They've only had 4 championship wins all season. That was at home to Salford, Featherstone, Halifax, away at Sheffield Eagles, and a draw at home to Doncaster. As Leeds finally get the game underway, a deep kick, and Widnes have an early touch through the full back, and Imosi Kaloto, along with Harvey Howard, complete the first tackle. Imosi Kaloto then takes up possession then for Widnes. Lost possession, Widnes. Steve McCurry indicates the ball was stolen, and referee John Holdsworth penalises Widnes. He penalises Steve McCurry for holding down in the tackle, and Leeds with an early opportunity to put 2 points on the board. And Ellery Hanley indicates to John Holdsworth that Graham Holroyd will have the kicking opportunity in the opening seconds to give Leeds the opening 2 points. What about holding down in the tackle? Steve McCurry, the Chemics number 9, guilty of holding down according to the match referee. And Graham Holroyd from that left-hand side to give Leeds the opening points of this game. Steps up now, left-footed, and it's waved away by the touch judges. It went just past the left-hand side of the uprights, so an early opportunity for Leeds goes a-begging, and Widnes will kick out from their own 20-metre line. Long kick, well over halfway, Fielded by the Leeds fullback Alan Tate. He'll like to do well against his former team. And he's met by a reception committee of 2 Widnes players, Coloto, Lee Hansen and Steve McCurry. Harvey Howard gets the ball away to James Lowes. Lowes jinks off his right foot, but no way through there. Carl Hammond, one of the Widnes defenders, brings him down. Leeds about 35 metres from that Widnes try line. Schofield with a long pass out to Kevin Arrow, joins the line on that left-hand side. Lowes in action half-back. The ball goes back out to that stand side. Milo feeds the ball back inside. James Lowes there in support. Schofield thinks about the short pass, and there's a real mix-up there between Harvey Howard and Gary Schofield. The ball's knocked on. And we'll have a scrum down inside the Widnes half, with the Chemics having the advantage of the put-in through scrum half David Hume. Comes out on the Widnes side, long pass, feeds Carl Hammond. Hammond though met by Gary Schofield, and Leeds are caught offside. The shrill of John Holdsworth whistle. 3 or 4 Leeds players in offside positions there. And Hammond kicks the ball onto this south stand side, and Widnes have the tap penalty just inside the Leeds half of the field. McCurry plays the ball to himself. Support inside from Hume. Finds the second row forward in Osa Coloto. Coloto tackled by Graham Holroyd. And Widnes just inside the Leeds half. McCurry acting half-back. Ball goes out to that right-hand side. The ball's gone loose. It's not a good pass. And Gary Broadbent eventually picks up. And it bounces 2 or 3 times. And that puts pressure on the young full-back. But he holds up possession. David Rowan tackled by Harvey Howard. Again, the referee's seen something. John Holdsworth. I think Leeds again will be penalised. I think this time John Holdsworth indicating a head-high tackle. Indeed he does. And Widnes have another penalty, which standoff Carl Hammond will kick into touch on the other side. Can Widnes set themselves up for some early points? Craig Makin to the edge of the Leeds 20-metre line, where he's met by Harvey Howard. Lee Hansen, first receiver for Widnes, makes about 10 metres. Widnes in a good position here, no more than a few metres from the try line, as Coloto is held just short. McCurry acting half-back. He gets the ball away out to Lee Hansen. Widnes trying to keep the ball alive, but Leeds defending in numbers. This time it comes left. Carl Hammond, wearing the head guard, cuts back inside, lays the ball out to David Rowan. Rowan though can find no way through, well tackled by Craig Innes. McCurry out to David Hume. Hume with a long pass, maybe a chance for the winger. Peter Smith, well held though there by Paul Cook, and an important tackle that by the Leeds Alliance captain on that far side. And Leeds have held out for the 6 tackles. First Widnes attack has been dealt with by Leeds, and this time the touch judge is on from the far side, and I think he will be penalising Widnes on this occasion. He's seen something and he's now coming across to have a word with the referee. John Holdsworth calls one of the Widnes players across, to number 11, Andy Collier, and both sides been penalised in the early stage. Ellery Hanley receiving a little bit of attention from the Leeds physio. Graham Holroyd kicking the ball out, and it's a good deep kick by the Leeds scrum half. It almost makes it to halfway, and Leeds in a good position. Here comes the Sadie for Milo. 2 tries against Widnes in that game at Norton Park. He'll be looking for a repeat performance in this one. Lowes feeds it to Gary Schofield. Schofield out to Holroyd, brings in Craig Innes. Innes out to Iro. Iro dummies. Break from Iro, but he can't pass the ball inside. He's well tackled by Darren Wright, the Widnes 3-quarter. Now it's Richie Ayres with his first touch, making it to the edge of that 20-metre line, where he's tackled by Steve McCurry and by David Hume. Harvey Howard comes up as first receiver, turns, gets the ball away to James Lowes. Lowes inside to Gary Schofield. Schofield into Mercer. Mercer gets away from the first tackle. Dummies, goes by himself for the second row, thinks about the pass, but there was always a danger of the interception on that far side by David Rowan, but Leeds still have it. Alan Tate joins the line. Short pass to Ellery Hanley. Hanley jinks, thinks about the pass. Dummies, gets almost the ball away, but this is the final tackle. And Leeds about 10 metres from the try line, but it's the final one. Schofield with a long pass. The ball's gone down. It was a short pass from Schofield to Innes, and it'll be a knock-on, and Widnes should have, with that being the final tackle, just a turnover, which indeed they do. Still waiting then for the first points in this one, just that failed penalty attempted conversion by Graham Holroyd in the opening seconds. David Owain well tackled by Craig Innes on the edge of his own 20-metre line. Widnes certainly, as we enter the final couple of months of the season, fighting for their First Division live, second from bottom. They really can't afford to slip up too many more times. And they'll still, the Leeds game is a real tester, and that's a slack pass by Widnes. Leeds have won possession back in midfield. Alan Tate goes through a gap, almost gets away, is held in the end by Andy Collier. Now it's Richie Ayres, the former Widnes player in the Leeds lineup, turns, releases the ball. This time the ball's been knocked on, I think, by Gary Mercer. Referee blows again, and it's a bit scrappy in the early stages. Neither side be able to create too much. Widnes had about 6 tackles in front of the Leeds try line, which Leeds held out, and Leeds have been in the Widnes half a couple of times, but still no points on the board. Hume feeds the scrum. Paul Hume feeds the ball out to Lee Hansen. Hansen just inside the Leeds half. McCurry picks up at acting half-back. Brings in Craig Makin, the big prop forward. Makin releases the ball inside. Gary Broadbent, the fullback, tries to find a gap, but it's shot by Kevin Iro and by Harvey Howard. Widnes in there, away strip of all black. Carl Hammond, full tackle, little ball inside to the loose forward Paul Hume. Hume met by Harvey Howard. Could be one or two confrontations there. Final tackle. Carl Hammond thinks about the kick and then throws the ball out to Peter Smith on that far side. Is Smith going to go and get the corner? He is. And the try has been scored by Widnes on the final tackle. And it's the wingman, Peter Smith, that scores for Widnes with about 9 minutes on the clock. The opening points then go into the Chemics. It was a long pass out by Carl Hammond. He managed to release the ball out, and Leeds on that left-hand side were outnumbered, and Peter Smith really had the simplest of tasks after catching the ball to crash in the corner, really unopposed. But the Chemics will have been encouraged by those early points. And Leeds will need to kick off for the second time during this game. And Graham Holroyd will restart proceedings with that a left-footed kick deep inside the Widnes half. Paul Hume finds Andy Collier. Collier makes it just to the 20-metre line. As Lee Hansen comes up first receiver, tackled by Howard and Lowe's and Ayres. Hammond feeds it out to Broadbent, who joins the line, out to David Rowain. Rowain met by Paul Cook, no way through there for Widnes. Broadbent from acting half-back, another tackle by Cook. Widnes going nowhere in 2 tackles. Ball comes out to this left-hand side. And Widnes through Lee Hansen make it exactly into halfway in the middle of the park. Hammond. Long pass out on that side. David Rowain puts the kick through. It's the final tackle, and Rowain's kick only goes straight into the hands of the Leeds fullback Alan Tate. Taylor met by a reception committee of 3 Widnes players, one of them Craig Makin, and he brings him down. Mercer for Leeds. Widnes tackling been quite solid thus far. They've been in 2s and 3s as Jim Fallon gets his early touches. Met by Adrian Hadley. Holroyd misses out one player, feeds it to Schofield. Schofield to Richie Ayres. Ayres has support through Alan Tate, but Tate can't release the ball. Good tackle by the wingman Smith. Maybe a chance here for Leeds on that far side, as Innes feeds Cook. Cook steps inside, still going Paul Cook. He's got Ellery Hanley with him. He's Hanley got the power, he's just gone over for the try. Peter Smith had come inside and made the tackle, and it left Widnes exposed on that right-hand side. Leeds took advantage of it. Cook stepped inside. He knew that Ellery Hanley was there in support. Widnes hold the lead for just over 3 minutes, and Ellery Hanley equalises the points with a try. 4-all, and the conversion to come from Graham Holroyd. Leeds responding very quickly to that opening Widnes try. And there appears to be a blustery wind, which could make kicking conditions a little bit difficult. Not the easiest of kicks for the Leeds scrum half. Steps up now left-footed. This time it's between the H's. Touch judges raise their flags. Leeds supporters applaud behind the back of the post. And for the first time, Leeds lead Widnes. That Graham Holroyd conversion, adding to that Ellery Hanley try. Leeds 6, Widnes 4. Carl Hammond kicks off for the Chemics. Grubber kick inside that Leeds 20-metre area. It's fielded by Schofield, who feeds Gary Mercer. Mercer, legs pumping, trying to get away from a couple of tackles. Eventually brought down. Lowe's out to Jim Fallon. Fallon met by Makin and by Lee Hansen. Iseni Familo doing the grafting down that left-hand side. Holroyd feeds Gary Schofield. Schofield out to Alan Tate. Tate thinks about the passing side and goes by himself. He has support in field from Kevin Iro, but the pass from Tate misses the Kiwi and goes out into touch. And it'll be a scrum down, with Widnes having the advantage of the put-in. Head and ball to Widnes. Adrian Hadley makes it just inside the Leeds half before he's tackled by Ayres. Hansen for Widnes, tackled by Familo and Lowe's. Hammond out to David Hume. Hume has support inside, and that's a sloppy pass from Andy Collier. Not too sure who it was intended for. Maybe about the third row in the south stand. Another error, and we'll have another scrum down. And John Holdsworth having a word with one of the Sky cameramen. Lowe's to Harvey Howard. Howard gets a good ball away, just couldn't be taken by Iro. The ball's gone back and Leeds retrieve it. Alan Tate tackled there according to John Holdsworth. Alan Tate just checking with the referee. Gary Mercer. Lowe's for Leeds, still inside their own half of the field. Richie Ayres. Ayres tackled by a couple of Widnes players, and Leeds have been given a penalty. Widnes holding down in the tackle, or not allowing the Leeds player to get up and play the ball. And Gary Schofield deposits the ball on the top of the roof of the south stand, and Leeds have a tap penalty just inside the Widnes half. Lowe's to Howard. Howard surges forward, gets a roar of approval from the Leeds supporters, met by Andy Collier. Leeds about 20 metres from the try line. Schofield with a long pass out to Graham Holroyd. Holroyd steps inside. Can he release the ball? Gets it away to Gary Schofield. Good pass. He has Ellery Hanley with him. Referee says it was forward pass. John Holdsworth right on the spot. Another scrum down. And again, Widnes have the put-in. Hume David Hume feeds the scrum. Three-quarter Darren Wright comes up on his right-hand side for possession. Now it's Paul Hume, loose forward for Widnes, met by Gary Mercer. Craig Makin forward, who's one of the younger prop forwards at Widnes. And a pretty solid job for the Chemics in the last couple of months. Lee Hansen. McCurry at acting halfback. Ball inside to Emosi Kaloto, and usually Kaloto has some kicking responsibility, and it's not a bad kick either for a second row forward. Not usually seeing him kicking the ball out, but it bounces once into touch. Large number of scrums in this game as we approach the midway point in the first half. Leeds lead 6 points to 4. Holroyd to Paul Cook. Schofield. Pass out to Craig Innes. Innes can't get away from 3 Widnes tacklers. Paul Hume, one of them. Gary Mercer on this south stand side. Looks for a gap. Closed by Darren Wright and Adrian Hadley. Richie Ayres almost receives one in the eye from a swinging arm from Andy Collier. Richie Ayres slightly the worse for wear for it. Ellery Hanley. Hanley had support, couldn't get the ball away. Kaloto brings him down. Lowe's feeds Graham Holroyd on the final tackle, and Holroyd puts a real deep kick on the air. There could be problems here for Adrian Hadley, but it bounces. Always danger when the ball's allowed to bounce near the try line, but it was fortunate there for Widnes. It bounced dead. Could have gone anywhere, that. A couple of Leeds players, Kevin Iro and Jim Fallon, were after it, but it bounced dead, and Widnes have the tap penalty, and they bring it from their own half of the field. McCurry feeds the ball inside to David Hume. Hume to Craig Makin. Makin tackled by Howard. Widnes approaching halfway. Carl Hammond thinks about the pass. Kaloto gets it. The support inside from David Ruane. Ruane's on a surge, gets away from Alan Tate, but that was a forward pass back to Carl Hammond. That try is not going to count. Widnes thought for a second they'd seen glory. Carl Hammond thought he got a try, but there was certainly a forward pass. John Holsworth spotted it. He's also spotted an injury to Craig Makin. And could be a Blundbin substitution. Referee John Holsworth stops the clock. And it is a Blundbin substitution as Craig Makin goes off. And there'll be a slight hold up while Widnes bring on their sub. The referee's decided that he's not going to wait any longer. And at least for a couple of seconds, Widnes could be down to 12 men. Mike O'Neill's now on, another player that's played for both sides. Paul Cook for Leeds at first receiver. Schofield out to Craig Innes. And he's tackled by Paul Hume with a little bit of help from his brother David Hume. Lowe's feeds the ball inside. Mercer to Kevin Iro. For Milo. Tackling from both sides has been above average so far. Not many breaks in the centre of the field, but Harvey Howard makes one and gets applause as a result. Makes about 10 metres before he's brought down. Maybe a chance for Leeds on the final tackle. Schofield with a kick through. Should be fielded by Broadbent. Tries to play football with it, and this time it goes dead, and the Widnes teenager relieved to see the ball go behind, and Widnes have a tap penalty on their 20-metre line. Peter Smith, the winger. The Widnes try scorer so far, Adrian Hadley. Second tackle, Steve McCurry. That's one of the Widnes moves. McCurry quick to take the ball up, tries to catch teams unawares. This time Leeds were not caught, Ellery Hanley was there. Mike O'Neill. Broadbent with a pass to David Hume. Hume feeds Carl Hammond, one of the playmakers in the Widnes team. Holroyd in with a tackle on Coloto. Paul Hume to David Hume. Hume, another grubber kick through. On a scramble form on the far side, the main stand side of Headingley, and Leeds again will have the advantage of the put-in. 6-4, reminder, Leeds lead. Ellery Hanley try, Graham Holroyd goal in reply to that Widnes try after 9 minutes by wingman Peter Smith. Schofield to Craig Ennis. Ennis with the runs pass out to Kevin Iro. Iro spots a gap, plays it inside to Alan Tate. Tate turns away from one tackle and then gets away from a second. Cook has it. Scoring 20 points for the academy side against France at Lee. He'll be hoping to add to his points tally of the week. Jim Fallon. Fallon goes behind Kevin Iro. Still going, Fallon. Has support from Lowe's. Lowe's pushes off one tackle, but Hadley's in there for Widnes. Schofield for Leeds. Can Leeds break that Widnes try line for the second time? Graham Holroyd spots a gap, gets the ball inside to Ellery Hanley. That was a forward pass from Hanley to Schofield. Referee again saw it. Maybe a case of even two forward passes there. Certainly one from Hanley to Schofield was a mile forward. As David Hume feeds the Widnes scrum, Broadbent comes up. Met well there by Ennis, shoulder down, brings the Widnes fullback down. David Owens finds a gap. Cook comes across and drags him down by his shirt collar. Smith receives a couple of tackles around the head there from a couple of Leeds players. Ball's gone loose, that went back. David Hume has possession again for Widnes. He runs into Lowe's and Ennis and is brought down. Hansen out to Broadbent. Good tackling by Leeds. Mercer, telegraph pass, and Mercer brings him down. McCurry, final tackle. Hammond with the kick through. And it's going to be allowed to bounce. It touches the touchline flag. Touched the whitewash, and it will be a tap for Leeds on the 20-metre line. The ball adjudged to have gone dead as a result. Lowe's for Leeds. Mercer so often comes up as first receiver, but three Widnes shirts there to bring him down. Had almost 15 minutes without any points. Lowe's to Schofield. Schofield misses out. Ayres finds Kevin Iro. Iro can take some stopping when he's in full flight. Just shrugs him off there. Still going Kevin Iro. That's 3-4 players he tries to knock off. Schofield out to this right-hand side. Feeds James Lowe's, the Leeds hooker. Lowe's gets his head down, finds a gap. Another forward pass. Not quite as far as the last couple of decisions by John Holdsworth, but Richie Ayres looks to the skies, but it's another forward pass. That's about the third time that's happened in the space of the last 10 minutes. Darren Wright for Widnes, met by Gary Schofield. John Holmes has been very quick to penalise teams for holding down or not allowing the opposition to play the ball. And Leeds are penalised again. And that kick from Carl Hammond is somewhat miscued. Goes out into touch but doesn't make too many yards forward. Hanson for Widnes makes it just inside the Leeds half. McCurry acting half-back. Feeds Mike O'Neill. Leeds fans cry for that one for a forward pass. Referee allows Widnes to play on. David Hume feeds Carl Hammond. Hammond with the short pass. Delays the pass, brings in Andy Collier. David Hume. Hume, the scrum half, looks for a gap. Hanley brings him down. Widnes now no more about 20 metres from that Leeds trial line. Steve McCurry, the hooker. Small inside to Mosi Koloto. Koloto's charging towards the line. He releases the ball, but it's gone into touch. The Tongan was just inches away from giving Widnes their second try. This time the winger wasn't there. The ball went into touch once more. And as we approach 30 minutes of the first half, still 6-4, Leeds lead. Comes out on the Leeds side. Paul Cook. Two players bring him down. David Owen tries to win the ball, play the ball. Innes slides away from one tackle. That was certainly a case of coming down and holding the player down. A flop, and John Holdsworth indicates such, and Widnes have been penalised. Plenty of penalties, plenty of scrums. Not quite as much try-scoring action as the Leeds supporters have been used to in recent games at Headingley so far. Certainly against Bradford and Warrington. In the opening 30 minutes or so, Leeds had got themselves into quite a lead, but it's not proving quite the same in this one. Lowe's out to Harvey Howard. Howard shrugs off one challenge, manages to get the ball away to Ellery Hanley. Hanley tries to push them away. Even then, surrounded by four Widnes players, releases the ball to James Lowe's, but Lowe's is tackled by Andy Collier. It's Gary Schofield out to Graham Holroyd. Holroyd cuts inside, back inside to Ellery Hanley. That's a try for Leeds underneath the post. It was like a football 1-2 between Graham Holroyd and Ellery Hanley, and the Leeds loose forward goes in for his second try of this one. That try coming on 31 minutes, and Leeds now lead by 10 points to 4. Ellery Hanley has added to his 25 tries before this one. He's now got 27 with the conversion. Indeed he does. Turns 12-4 now to Leeds. Graham Holroyd with his second goal. And Widnes restart proceedings through the standoff. Carl Hammond once more. Long kick from him. And the ball comes back, and Widnes almost get the ball back straight from the kick-off. But Leeds have possession. Gary Mercer. Mercer feeds Craig Innes. Harvey Howard turns, gets the ball away to Lowe's. Lowe's with a low pass. Richie Ayres does well to collect. Ayres has support from Alan Tate, but Tate brought down by Hammond and by McCurry. Leeds approaching the Widnes half of the field. Fallon almost gets away from Adrian Hadley, and Hadley then swings it on. Referee allows play to continue. Gary Mercer. Mercer can't pass. He's tackled by the Widnes second row forward. Graham Holroyd. Holroyd misses out two Leeds players. Finds Kevin Iro. Iro puts the kick through. It comes off a Widnes player. The ball's gone loose. Could have gone anywhere. It comes into the hands of the Widnes fullback Gary Broadbent. think Widnes pull relieved that it did as well. He'll kick through by Kevin Iro. Coming to nothing though for Leeds. Hadley, first receiver for Widnes, going absolutely nowhere there. Coloto brings him down. David Hume with the kick through, right-footed, inside that Leeds half. Paul Cook's after it. It's not going to go into touch, is it? It is just. Another scrum, and Leeds have the put in as the blood bin substitution now comes to an end. Craig Makins come back on, Mike O'Neill's gone off. Referee not happy with the two sets of forwards packing down. Gary Schofield finds Paul Cook. Cook pushes off one tackle, tries to go inside Paul Hume, but two players of about the same size, and Hume brings him down. Gary Schofield, bomb pass to Kevin Iro. Iro to Jim Fallon. Can Fallon go round Hadley? Darren Wright comes inside and completes the tackle. Schofield for Leeds. The ball going quickly from right to left. Gary Mercer. Mercer feeds Innes. Kiwi combination. Innes. Tackle low just inside the Widnes half. Lowe's with the short pass to Alan Tate. Two tackles remaining. Lowe smacks in half back. Finds Mercer. Mercer almost stands on one of the Widnes players to get the ball. 6 more tackles. It came off a Widnes player. So John Holdsworth wipes the slate clean. And Leeds has 6 more tackles inside that Widnes half. Gary Schofield. Harvey Howard comes steaming up at first receiver, takes some stopping Howard once he gets about 5 yards. Takes 3 Widnes players to bring him down. Schofield with a pass to Kevin Iro. The ball's gone loose, it came off Darren Wright. Tertian says it was a knock on. So Widnes probably will have the advantage of the put-in. Although the ball came off a Widnes player, it was Darren Wright that kicked the ball out into touch. But John Holdsworth gives the put-in to the Chemics. 3 or 4 minutes away from half-time. 12-4, Leeds lead Widnes. David Hume to the prop forward Lee Hansen. Hansen tackled by Familo. Now it's Making back on after a bit of work from the Widnes physio in the changing rooms, maybe 1 or 2 stitches. He'll be happy with his first touch since he's come back on, because he's lost possession and Leeds have it inside the Widnes half, and Familo legs pumping, almost makes it to the 20-metre line. If Leeds were to get another try just before half-time, it really would be an uphill task for Widnes in the second half. Pass gone loose. Is it going to be 6 more tackles? Gary Schofield's knocked on, but that was surely with a little bit of help from the Widnes player. But the referee gives a turnaround and allows Widnes to play on. John Holdsworth would have made himself particularly popular with the Leeds team with that decision. Gary Broadbent feeds David Hume. Hume with a short pass to Broadbent. Innes and Hanley bring him down. Carl Hammond. Hammond's pass goes straight into the shoulder of David Rowan, and he can't hold on to it, so another mistake. There's been 1 or 2 of those in this first half. Harvey Howard. Leeds just about on halfway. Alan Tate. Tate for Leeds. Turns, can't get the ball away. Tackled by Lee Hansen. Richie Ayres, no way through for him. Another Widnes tackle completed. Gary Schofield puts the bomb up, final tackle, and pressure here on the full-back. Ellery Hanley's after him, but well. So Widnes will have to kick out, will drop out from underneath their posts. Straight into the hands of Alan Tate. Tate gets away from the first tackle, can't get away from Craig Makin. Holding in the tackle, and with literally the last couple of minutes of the first half, Leeds will probably go for the 2 points. Leeds captain indicates that's exactly the case. If it's successful, it will mean that Leeds have the 10-point advantage at the half-time interval. And this could be one of the last bits of action of the first half. 2 Ellery Hanley tries then, on 12 and 31, both converted by Graham Holroyd, gave Leeds their 12 points. That was in response to that early Widnes try which gave the Chemics a 4-0 advantage. Certainly the conditions making it very difficult for the ball to stay on the mound of sand. Quite a wind blowing down the middle of the park, which, as you said earlier, is not making kicking conditions that easy. Holroyd again then for Leeds, and it's between the middle. So the penalty is added by the Leeds scrum half, and there goes the half-time hooter. The penalty from Graham Holroyd, then the last action of the first 40 minutes as the teams leave the field. Half-time, Leeds lead Widnes by 14 points to 4. Widnes then the first team out for the start of the second half. The message probably from their coach Tony Myler will have been, if you can get some early points, maybe an early try, then this game's still very much in the open. If Leeds were to get a quick try themselves, and it would mean a bit of a mountain to climb for the Norton Park side, as Leeds, a little bit delayed, make their way out. Widnes have been out for it'll be almost a minute by the time the game gets underway. Played out again by Ellery Hanley. Widnes all ready to kick off. Leeds just back on the field, and John Holdsworth, the referee, the last one of the set of 3 to come trotting back out. Widnes kick off then at the start of the second half. Carl Hammond will restart proceedings. John Holdsworth blows whistle, we're underway. Trapped by Graham Holroyd and Gary Mercer with the first touch of the second half. Lowe's at acting half-back. Jim Fallon. No way through for the Leeds winger. Makin and Coloto bring him down. Here's Hosseini for Milo. Lowe's at acting half-back. Harvey Howard. Turns, releases the ball. Gary Schofield. Richie Ayres. Ayres somehow gets away from 2 Widnes tackles. They were a little bit high, and Ayres was able to get his way from beneath both of them. Howard. Good pass inside to Alan Tate. Tate there and support, pushes off one tackle. Kevin Iro's there on that right-hand side. Iro gets the pass out. There's going to be a try for Gary Mercer in the corner. Just the start Leeds wanted, just what Widnes didn't want, and Gary Mercer goes in for Leeds' third try of this one. Now lead by 18 points to 4. That try coming in the opening minute of the second half. And it was Alan Tate who came up on that right-hand side. Some slick handling by Leeds. And Gary Mercer was the man really in all right wing position to go in for the try for Leeds in the opening minute of that second half. Widnes kick off, held on the second time by Gary Schofield, feeds Ellery Hanley. Hanley brought down by Makin with a little bit of help from a couple of other Widnes defenders. Jim Fallon. Fallon brought down. Lowe's out to Gary Mercer, the last Leeds try scorer. Desperately trying to turn away from the Widnes number 12, Imosi Koloto. And Koloto guilty of holding down. Leeds awarded a penalty. As Graham Holroyd dispatches the ball almost onto the television gantry on the south stand. And Leeds have possession just inside the Widnes half. For Milo at first receiver, pushes off one tackle. Shoulder charges one, but can't do the same with Craig Makin. Widnes caught offside. Two Widnes players in offside position according to the referee. And Leeds again will decide to kick for goal. This should extend Leeds' lead then to a 16-point gap. Ever since Widnes scored that first try through Peter Smith, it's not been one-way traffic, but the Widnes side have not really threatened the Leeds line that much. Quite a distance, this penalty conversion for Graham Holroyd. And as referee John Holdsworth starts the clock once more, it's fairly central, sort of midway between the 20-metre line and the halfway line, so it must be about 30 metres-ish. Graham Holroyd now left-footed, it's central, and he gets it. So with 5.5 minutes of the second half gone, the Leeds lead is extended by those 16 points. It's now Leeds 20, Widnes 4, and Graham Holroyd with his fourth conversion, 2 conversions from tries and 2 penalties. And Leeds at the moment looking quite comfortable. Remind you that if Leeds do win, they will go back to the top of the Championship, a point clear of Wigan. Wigan will have 2 games in hand, and of course they're scheduled to play on Sunday at home to Castleford. So Leeds' reign at the top of the table could be just under 48 hours. That's providing they hang on. Howard for Leeds, met by Hume. Lowe's with a short pass to Richie Ayres. Final tackle this, Leeds just inside that Widnes half. Gary Schofield, long pass out to Jim Fallon, and the ball's been knocked on, and Widnes will pick up through Carl Hammond, who will have 6 tackles from deep inside their own half. This time Leeds are caught offside. And Hammond quick to kick the ball into touch. And Widnes will be just inside that Leeds half. Steve McCurry out to Makin. No real power in that one from Makin. Widnes forwards a little bit slow to come up. They come up now. Here's Lee Hansen. keeps his legs moving, brought down by Hanley. Hume out to Hammond to Coloto. Coloto thinks about the pass inside and then releases the ball, and the player actually come inside, and Coloto was going towards the touchline, and in the end it's another mistake by Widnes, and it'll be another scrum down. Just over 10,000 at Headingley, 10,080 for this Friday evening game. Paul Cook not really had too much running opportunity in this one so far. Craig Innes 4 tries in the home game against Warrington. Can't find a way through the Widnes defence on this occasion. Richie Ayres, freshman, his appearance for Wales on Wednesday. Leeds just making inside the Widnes half. 2 tackles remaining. Taken from acting half-back by James Lowes. Widnes once more are caught offside. And somebody in the Widnes side has said something to John Holdsworth. And David Hume, the captain, is coming across to have a word with him. And no doubt John Holdsworth will tell him exactly what his decision was, why he's given it, and maybe to keep his mouth and his opinions to himself. Leeds set themselves up then for a pretty good position here, just short of that Widnes try line there. About 15 metres away with 6 tackles to do something. James Lowes out to Howard to Schofield. That was always intercepted by McCurry. Graham Holloway was there, but Schofield couldn't release the ball. He did well to keep holding, actual fact, the Leeds standoff. Lowes to Harvey Howard. Takes 4 Widnes players to bring him down. No doubt Harvey Howard somewhat of a marked man against Widnes. Here comes Richie Ayres, goes blindside. Can Ayres crash over? There's too many Widnes players there, they'll push him back a few yards. And you have to be careful there, David Hume, because it could be that he was getting a little bit agitated. Ball comes quickly. There's a break here for Leeds. Gary Schofield's got a gap here to Craig Innes. There could be something here for Leeds in the corner. Kevin Iro's going to go in. The Kiwi 3/4 popped up on the left-hand side and tried coming 10 minutes in the second half, but the referee says no, it's not going to be given. Wasn't there a forward pass? The referee saw forward pass. Certainly Kevin Iro thought it was a try. Ellery Hanley thought it was as well, and I think maybe the Widnes players thought it was too. Leeds supporters not that happy with the referee's decision, but Iro went in, the try was not given. That should be 6 more tackles to Widnes. Schofield tried to kick the ball through, it came off a Widnes player, so maybe 6 more tackles here for Widnes. David Hume, short ball inside to Coloto to halfway, where he's met by Richie Ayres, and this time Ayres adjudged holding him down. To be fair, Richie Ayres was trying to get away there. Widnes could do with some points pretty quickly if they're going to give themselves a chance of anything in this one. There's a halt in play, or a spare ball, or is kicked into the off-field area. Widnes then in a pretty good position. They've not managed to break the Leeds line really since those opening minutes, and they're not going to break it like that. Leeds tackling will hold them. Widnes about 10 metres from the try line. McCurry, pass outside to David Rowain. Rowain though finds no way through. Well tackled by Craig Innes. McCurry goes by himself, goes right across in front of the post, plays a pass out. The ball's gone loose. Was it knocked on? I don't think Widnes can quite believe it, but it was. And 2 ex-Widnes players, one still wearing the The Widnes colours. Paul Hume has a quick word with Alan Tate. Scrum down right underneath the Leeds post. Head and ball comes out Leeds' way. Iro to Richie Ayres. Ayres tackled by Andy Collier and by Paul Hume. Mercer pass inside, Lowe's with a long pass out to Alan Tate. Tate cuts in field, gets away from Coloto. He's found a gap as a Leeds full back. Over halfway, couldn't release the ball. He was dragged down there in the end by David Hume. But a good break that by the Leeds full back. Long pass out to that right hand side. Kevin Iro's got into a gap. He's been missed by 2 tackles. Iro's drawn the full back. The ball has been touched by a Widnes player. Is a try going to be given? And it maybe was a double movement. Referee's going to have a word with the touch judge. Ellery Hanley thinks it's a try. Ellery Hanley gets the try. Gary Mercer agrees with the referee's decision. And Leeds have scored 24 points to 4. They now lead. And Ellery Hanley has scored his hat-trick. And too many Widnes players are saying too much to John Holdsworth. And one of those is David Hume, the captain. And he's going to have to be careful here, David Hume. And now somebody else has said something because the touch judge has got his flag up again. Whatever the situation here, we're just going to have to be careful, as they may find somebody in the sin bin. But Leeds have scored their 4th try. Ellery Hanley's got his 3rd. And the referee is calling across Carl Hammond. Widnes not at all happy with the referee giving the 4 points to Leeds. The try's been given, the referee starts the clock. But the try has been given, Leeds have gone in. Ellery Hanley just had enough length and stamina and power just to crash over. So conversion missed. Widnes kick off once more, now 20 points behind the Chemics. And Gary Schofield has knocked on. You can see the utter anguish on his face in doing so. And it'll give Widnes maybe their best position for a long time. They'll have 6 tackles about 10 metres from that Leeds try line. Lee Hansen going absolutely nowhere, met by his opposite number 10 Familo and James Lowes. McCurry pass inside to Craig Makin. Makin almost looked for a second if he was going to charge over. George Mann incidentally has just come on as a Leeds substitute. Long pass out, McCurry, a chance for Hadley in the corner, but well tackled by Jim Fallon. Watched him all the way, the Welshman, and Hadley was disposed literally into that green advertising hoarding on the far side. Long pass out there by Widnes, trying desperately to break the Leeds defence once more. But they've not managed to do so since the 9th minute. Scrum comes out Leeds side. Here's Fallon, who just made that good tackle a few seconds ago. Paul Hume and Emosi Coloto bring him down. Here's George Mann. Mann makes it just outside that Leeds 20-metre area. Another Leeds substitute, Neil Harmon. Come on a few seconds ago, so Mann and Harmon now on for Leeds. As Familo looks to find a gap in that Widnes defence. James Lowe's acting half-back, feeds Gary Mercer. Mercer thinks he's spotted a gap, but shot by Andy Collier, the Widnes second row forward. Final tackle, kick put through by Leeds. Bouncing and bobbling in front of the Widnes fullback Gary Broadbent. He picks up 3 Leeds tacklers there to bring him down. Adrian Hadley Cutting inside, runs into Graham Holroyd. Holroyd drags him down by his shirt, and the tackle's completed. Widnes just make it to halfway. McCurry acting halfback. 4th tackle completed by Leeds. 4 tackles made. Paul Hume. Hume finds Lee Hansen. And there's something here. Carl Hammond with the short pass. Finds David Hume. Hume tries to bury the ball through. Well, like a mole there, but the ball only managed to come out on the Leeds side. And Alan Tate picks up 4 Leeds at acting halfback, making with the tackle. 24 points to 4 Leeds lead. A hat-trick of tries then to Ellery Hanley. Harmon to James Lowes. Lowes almost gets away from David Hume, but Hume manages to grab him by the ankles and bring him down. Hanley with the pass, Leeds sped it from left to right. Gary Schofield's found a big gap in the Widnes defence. Ball inside to Ellery Hanley. Hanley's going to skew things for another try. That's his 4th of the evening. And Widnes have been split again. That try coming on 60 minutes. 28 points to 4 now Leeds lead. And that try coming from a break by Gary Schofield. Schofield dummies, found a gap, split the Widnes defence once more, and Schofield and Hanley combine once more, and the Leeds skipper goes in for his 4th try of the evening. He's now scored 29 tries. Phenomenal try scoring record. Graham Holroyd to tag on the 2 points. He does. And it's now 30 points to 4 that lead Widnes. And 3 tries in the opening first half of the second half. And Leeds very much on top. And Leeds look to be cruising to victory, and it'll mean they'll have completed a league double over the side from Norton Park after that 9-try win back in September. And if they get a couple more tries, they'll probably match that sort of scoreline. George Mann for Leeds, finding it quite easy to shrug the challenges off, and in the end passes the ball out from out the back door. Innes just stays in field. He's tackled by David Ruane. James Lowes feeds Neil Harmon. Harmon gets away from the first tackle, runs into the second, still going Neil Harmon. Good yardage back by the Leeds number 15, James Lowes trying to bury his way between Widnes players. Hanley out to Gary Schofield. Final tackle. Schofield puts the bomb up. It's gone backwards. The ball's allowed to bounce. Referee's going to allow play to continue. Broadbent's going to field it. Peter Smith, the Widnes try scorer, tackled inside his own half. That's a sloppy pass by Widnes. Paul Hume has to pick the ball up and is met immediately by George Mann. Making. Out to Lee Hansen. Widnes have not really found any gaps in the Leeds defence at all during this one. It's been quite tight defensively performances by Leeds so far. Kicks put through. Paul Cook has it. After Leeds did so well to keep Warrington out the other week, I'm sure Doug Lawton will be also happy not only with the number of points Leeds have put up, but also the number of points they've not managed to concede, particularly in the light of that Bradford Northern game in the league when Northern scored 3 or 4 late tries. Kevin Arrow tries to swat 2 or 3 off, but he's tackled by Paul Hume. James Lowe's an acting halfback, has Familo with him. Familo makes it just inside the Widnes half. Anthony Singleton is on as a Widnes substitute. He's just come on a few seconds ago, the number 14. Graham Holroyd puts the chip through. It comes off a Widnes player and comes into the hands of the Widnes number 14, and Nelly Hanley brings him down. Long pass out by Widnes on this right hand side. David Ruane. Hadley's come right across looking for the ball. He's not seen too much of that on that left wing position, so he's decided to come in field to see something of the ball. Ball goes out to the left. There's Mike O'Neill. He's just come on as a substitute for Widnes, so Tony Mellor bringing on both Singleton and O'Neill. And of course O'Neill had been on earlier to Blunby's substitution, but that's going to be a high tackle round the neck from Gary Schofield on Steve McCurry. Not too much doubt about that one really. No point certainly in Widnes looking for the conversion. They need a lot more than that if they're going to find a way. Anthony Singleton finds a gap in the Leeds defence, but that's a sloppy pass. It's not gone to a Widnes player, and Singleton's come across and come in there on Craig Innes, and that was rather foolish. He seems a little bit eager, Singleton, since coming on. Maybe thinks he's got a point to prove. And this time Leeds will be given a penalty. Mike O'Neill, ex-Leeds player, now back at Norton Park, guilty of an offence, a swinging arm. And Leeds will have the tap on halfway, leading by 30 points to 4. Quickly taken, Neil Harmon, first receiver, pushes off Mike O'Neill, tackled by Singleton and by David Hume. Lowe's to Familo. Widnes, his pretty dismal league form looks set to continue. He's only had 1 success away from Norton Park. Here come Leeds again. Alan Tate. Tate has the ball inside to Hanley. This time the ball's not held, and Gary Broadbent's there for Widnes to bring the ball away from his own try line. Just the 1 success, as I said, for Widnes on their travels. That came at the Don Valley Stadium in October against Sheffield Eagles. The other 3 wins in the draw have come at Norton Park. Well, they're going to be heading back across the Pennines, still with only the same number of points. Making, well tackled by Gary Mercer and by Neil Harmon. Here comes Mike O'Neill, head guard, releases the ball to David Hume. Hume to Singleton. Graham Holroyd there for Leeds. Steve McCurry, acting halfback, feeds the ball out to David Hume. Hume with the pass inside to David Ruane. Ruane turns, releases the ball to Paul Hume. Hume looks for support, can't release it. Widnes appear once more to be going nowhere. Hammond, short step, tries to get away, dummies and then's tackled. McCurry from acting halfback. McCurry feeds Gary Broadbent, the winger, but Broadbent's met by Iro and the fullback's going nowhere. McCurry, that was a dummy. Maybe a chance here for Broadbent to squirm his way through. The ball's gone loose. The ball's been knocked on, and it's anybody's ball. John Holdsworth indicating that it was 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Widnes knocked on, then Leeds knocked on. Therefore it'll be a scrum down, and Leeds should have the advantage of the put-in. They should do. Referee says Widnes have the put-in. As Leeds are forced to make a substitution. Injury on the far side. Here come Widnes then. Carl Hammond. Hammond, he's got support. Darren Wright has knocked on. The line beckoned there for the Widnes three-quarter. He couldn't hold on. And Widnes miss a certain 4 points almost underneath the post. Just over 10 minutes remaining at Headingley. Gary Mercer. Mercer inside to Neil Harmon. Harmon runs into Makin. Almost at halfway, Leeds. Richie Ayres. Ayres with a pass out to Paul Cook, young winger. Met by O'Neill. Long pass by Graham Holroyd. Alan Tate thinks about the kick and then puts a little grubber kick through. It's going to be taken by Adrian Hadley. Right by the touchline on that left-hand side. Fallon does well to bring Broadbent down, even though he was almost handed off there by the full-back. Darren Wright, guilty of giving up 4 points a few seconds ago, will look to try and make amends. Leeds offside once more. Shrill of John Holdsworth's whistle. Steve McCurry taps it quickly to himself. That looked like a forward pass from David Hume to Paul Hume. Referee allows play to go on. Widnes again have knocked on. Referee says play on. McCurry just short of the try line. The ball's gone loose again. Widnes really with 9 lives here. This time it's got to be a knock on. And a sarcastic roar of approval from the Leeds supporters. Obviously John Holdsworth thought the ball had been dropped and then kicked and was not therefore a knock on. Schofield out to Mercer. Mercer to Kevin Iro. There's a gap here for Leeds. Iro feeds Jim Fallon. Fallon, support inside from Gary Schofield. There's plenty of numbers here for Leeds. Mercer is going to go in, is he? He's got support now from Kevin Iro. And it's a canter for the Kiwi. And he pushes him off and he goes underneath the post to touchdown. 34 points to 4 now, Leeds lead. 6th try, Kevin Iro's got in for that one, but went through about 4 or 5 pairs of hands. Leeds making the break down that right hand side. And Widnes again were stretched. It's simply a case of Leeds keeping the ball alive. Schofield was there, Alan Tate was there, Gary Mercer also went on a run. Must have gone through about 5 or 6 pairs of hands. They were all there in support. And Kevin Iro even made the job even simpler for Graham Holroyd, because he went right round underneath the post to give Holroyd another goal. 36 points to 4 now, Leeds lead. And Widnes looking a very weary team, maybe even lacking in confidence. And they really are now facing a battle for Division 1 survival. Can't afford to lose too many more Widnes if they're going to have any chance of surviving in the First Division. Going to be a real battle with about 4 or 5 teams at the foot of that First Division table. Widnes have the scrum, about 10 metres from the Leeds try line. Can Widnes get something in the final 8 minutes or so, 8 minutes, to give them some consolation? Darren Wright. Wright held by Craig Innes a few metres from the try line. David Hume. It's a ball to Singleton. That one went back. Singleton. Innes makes 2 tackles in succession. Leeds will want to not let Widnes score. Hammond to Coloto. Widnes knock on again. Can Leeds come on the counter attack? The ball's been kicked through. Leeds will have 6 more tackles probably as Gary Mercer steps out of a tackle. Feeds Jim Fallon. The wingman tries to find a way through, but 3 Widnes players bring him down. Neil Harmon can't get the ball away. Brought down by David Hume, the Widnes captain. Alan Tate. Tate thought about the pass and then was held. Richie Ayres just inside the Widnes half. I'm sure he would like to get maybe a try against his former team. Final tackle, and the ball's been knocked on. The pass to Gary Schofield was high. Schofield couldn't hold, and that was a spell of scrappy play. Widnes have the turnover, and Widnes make another substitution on that far side. I think it's Samosi Kaloto that's gone off. Mike O'Neill turns, releases the ball. This is Lee Hansen that's gone off. McCurry feeds David Hume. Ball back from Hammond to David Hume. Pass was forward. Widnes have knocked on yet again, and the Chemics really are appearing to be their own worst enemies. Leeds will maintain their unbeaten home record in the Championship. Schofield with a long pass to Alan Tate. Tate out to Paul Cook. Maybe Leeds have split a gap on this left-hand side. Craig Innes. And is tackled by Paul Hume. Graham Holroyd. Holroyd with a pass to Alan Tate. Tate tackled though by two Widnes defenders. Can't find a way through, and Leeds are just about on halfway. Richie Ayres. Ayres just stays in field. Here comes Neil Harmon from that pass from Kevin Iro. Graham Holroyd with a kick. It's bouncing innocuously inside that Widnes, in front of the Widnes try line. It's taken by the full back, who runs into Elliot Hanley and Gary Schofield. Gary Schofield tried desperately to win the ball back for Leeds, but can't. 3 or 4 minutes remaining. 36-4, Leeds lead Widnes. Steve McCurry to Craig Makin. Paul Hume runs straight into Graham Holroyd, who throws him over his left leg and brings him down. Darren Wright, the Widnes 3/4, and once again he knocks on. The ball like a bar of soap. Leeds have possession from the scrum. Iro, clever pass inside to Fallon, but it's a little bit telegraphed. The ball's been knocked on, and Leeds Widnes have been awarded a penalty. 4 points on the board. Mike O'Neill about 5 metres from the try line. Has he knocked on, or have Leeds stolen the ball? Mike O'Neill has knocked on, and he doesn't like it. scrum just outside that Leeds try line. This one against the head, is it? Looks like David Hume's knocked it on. And Widnes have been awarded a penalty. Mike O'Neill thinks about the pass. And he's lost it again. Has it gone back? The referee says he has. Leeds fans don't necessarily agree. Singleton a few inches from the try line into the final minute or so at Headingley. Leeds will be hoping they can hold the Chemics out. David Hume. Hume out to McCurry. McCurry's come inside. He dummies. Still going McCurry. Pass inside to Peter Smith, the winger. Ellery Hanley and Neil Harmon bring him down. Referee blows again. Was it a knock-on? And Widnes guilty of making far too many errors. Ball comes out on the Leeds side. Cook met by David Ruane. Here's Alan Tate. Tate grabbed by his shirt collar by Carl Hammond. George Mann tackled into injury time. And Leeds will go into the Challenge Cup game with Bradford. No doubt quite happy with this performance and the ones in recent weeks at Headingley against Warrington. Gary Schofield. Schofield with a short pass to Alan Tate. Tate's got a gap, he stepped away from one tackle. Tate's got support, still going the Leeds full back, turns one way, releases it, well picked up by Graham Holroyd. Holroyd surging towards the try line. He's got the full back to beat, releases it to Jim Fallon, and Leeds are in once more. No, they're not. Forward pass. Leeds team and Leeds supporters can see the 40 points. Jim Fallon thought he'd gone in for his 15th try of the season, but it was a forward pass. At least some relief for Widnes. And there goes the final hooter. Leeds have won once more. They're now back at the top of the championship table with that victory over Widnes. The highlight, 4 tries for Ellery Hanley. 4 to Hanley, 1 to Gary Mercer, 1 to Kevin Iro. And Widnes have a battle of survival ahead of them. And it looks like a 2-horse race for the championship between Leeds and Wigan. Full time at Headingley, Leeds 36, Widnes 4.